She didn't sleep. Not because she couldn't, but because her body knew better. Her pulse stayed quiet but coiled, like something waiting under skin. The blade she'd left on Kai's bed now lay beside her again, untouched, unbloodied, then humming with meaning she didn't want to name. He hadn't said a word. But he'd answered her. And that terrified her more than if he'd broken in with a scream. She rode east before dawn. Sector 7 was dead. Not in the usual way, not with fires or gunshots or malfunctioning sirens. But dead like a place people refused to remember. Sahra passed rows of hollow tenement stacks, their windows sealed with silver-eyed foam, blood-coded graffiti still fresh in some places. Drones didn't fly here. Not even the ones hacked by street kids for joyrides. She wasn't sure if that meant it was safer or just forgotten. She reached the old freight yard by memory. The ground was soft under her boots, ash mixed with rubber and time. Her hand traced the rusted frame of a forgotten transport crate until she felt the hairline shift, a fake bolt, cold to the touch. Inside, a package wrapped in clear skin, sealed with a red wire. Another dead drop. No name. No tag. Just a palm print marker, hers. She didn't remember setting it. But when her skin touched the casing, it blinked once and unlocked with a sound like something exhaling after holding its breath too long. Inside, coordinates. Narrowband frequencies. And a sound clip. She played it. It was static. Just static. At first. Then, his voice. Just 3 words.
He's not dead.
She stood there for too long. The wind kicked dust in circles around her boots. Somewhere, a scavenger bird screamed like it knew something no human wanted to. By nightfall, she was in Lower Zelin, at a safe house only 3 people knew about. 2 were dead. The third might not be. She kept thinking of Eric. His laugh, soft like steam escaping. His hands always covered in grease, ink, or sin. He wasn't a hero. But he was hers. So who or what had sent that voice clip? She thought of Kai. Of the way he looked at her, like he was studying a machine made for war but built wrong. She didn't believe in ghosts, but she believed in patterns. And Kai, he was a pattern too smooth to be born from chaos. Later, she scrubbed the blade. Not because it was dirty. But because it was hers, and it had been somewhere she hadn't. That's what bothered her most. Not that Kai had taken her photo. But that he'd returned her weapon without leaving a fingerprint. Like he knew where she'd notice, and where she wouldn't. She tracked the frequency listed in the dead drop. It was coming from sub-level 14, beneath a condemned transit hub. She went armed, a rifle on her back, blade at her hip, no helmet this time. If someone was watching, she wanted them to see her face. The underground was cold. Not like ice, but like breath held too long. She passed broken surveillance screens that flickered as she moved, not from motion sensors, but recognition. Someone had installed echo code down here. Every step felt pre-recorded. She found the terminal. Old. Dented. Still running. She pressed her palm to the surface. The screen blinked once, then opened a live feed. Kai. Sitting in a chair, shut off, back to camera. His body scarred, deep, crossed bands down his spine. Some old. Some recent. He didn't look at her. He didn't speak. Just reached back and held up the photo. Her. Eric. Smiling. Before the war. Before the city died. Then he spoke. Voice calm. Too calm.
You buried him too early. Sahra.
The screen cut. Nothing else. Just darkness. And silence. She stood in the dark. Not afraid. Not confused. Just shifting. Something had tilted. This wasn't about Eric anymore. It wasn't about vengeance. This was about memory. Possession. Kai didn't want her dead. He wanted her to see something. She just didn't know what yet.